So I was just messing around with this skip, and I found an even better setup than the last one. The last one I made was good, but it wasn't perfect. I didn't do enough testing. This one, however, is really hard to mess up. And the cool thing about this is that you can skip the part where you move left or right to line up Link's pouch with the bridge, where he's in a charged spin attack position. So that's pretty cool. You'll notice if you practice on TPGC that you often get this position, 1274, the x-axis position, I suppose, or somewhere around here. It's fine with as long as you're close to 1270. I usually get this or 73, and it's really hard to move just small measurements without getting a lot of numbers up like this. So yeah, the units in this game, they're pretty crazy. I'm barely moving, and I get like a high number spike each time. So you can easily get into a position like this with side hops. So let's just go over it. You want to enter through the right door, so you end up in this position, and then you draw your sword, do a jump attack, and from this position you do an LGA. You jump as soon as the boomerang is over the chandelier, hold target, and I'll talk about the safe strat later. But right now you want to sidewalk right and then side hop, but don't side up too quickly. It's pretty bad actually to side up too quickly because you don't want to slip and slide on the spikes. It's pretty important, otherwise you'll lose the angle, and this angle is important to keep. So sidewalk and then side hop, and then side up once more. Now we have 1272, that's really good, but I could have landed right here for that matter. So we side up left until we hit this spot, you just keep going left. Now we side up right, left, right, and there we go, 1274. Now you can see my Y position, Y-axis position, I think it is 272, and you can flick C up and hit A to quickly have the camera pan down to Link's feet, and that means I'm pretty far forward. So this works, but I wouldn't go for this visual cue right here, because this is the furthest left you can look, and this is the furthest right you can look without, with skipping the part where you line up during the charged spin attack. You can look further right, but that means you'll have to do the adjustment with the spin attack later. So I wouldn't want to go for a really left angle. So if I notice that Link's feet are that far forward, obviously you can't see the values in the real game, but you look at Link's right boot, and if it's not aligned with the bridge, I'll try to get the same angle. It's kind of hard now that I messed it up, but yeah, you can see right there that Link's right boot is hovering in the air, and it's not connected to the line of the bridge. And if that happens, you can just flick back a bit, so it's more connected like this, or you can just go for a further right angle. I think it's better to just go for a further right angle. So now that I fixed my boot, I can look further left. But yeah, here's a picture showing, this depends of course on what kind of position you get, because it varies very, very slightly. But this was the furthest left I managed to get while skipping the one step with a spin attack, or adjusting while in the spin attack animation. And this was the furthest right. So you look at the first heart, and you either do the right side of the first heart or the left side of the first heart on the yellow background here. So it's pretty simple, it's very lenient. Obviously I recommend going for something in the middle, or just this, because I mean this is the furthest right you can look with skipping the sidestepping left or right while being in a charged state. So you can look further right than this, it just means that you need to set up the position before you release the quick spin or the spin attack. So yeah, I'll go for this one right now. So you want to, let's see, you want to go out of first person by hitting A or C down. Now hold target, and you want to do 3 slashes, and you want to slash very quickly for the setup to work. A combo attack is 4 hits, you only want to do 3. So I mash B while holding target, and as soon as I see the beginning of the 3rd slash, like as soon as Link starts to do the 3rd slash, I release B. Because if I would do a 4th swing, then I would do a jump slash, because he starts to fall right after the 3rd slash. And if I hit B another time, I'll do a jump attack, or a jump slash, and I don't want that. So 3 slashes quickly, and then release everything. You can keep holding target, or you can release, that doesn't really matter. But you need to keep target held for the next part of the trick anyway, so. I'm gonna mash B and stop as soon as the 3rd slash, as soon as he's in the beginning of the 3rd slash. Alright, it worked. Backflip. Hold B. Okay, so I didn't look far enough left to skip this part, but if you look further left, then you can have the pouch be here or further left, I guess. Yeah, I guess this. I think this is the furthest right. I mean, obviously the pouch isn't aligned with the bridge. It's aligned now, but it still works when it's... Well, I guess it's kind of clipping out. I guess this is more accurate. But yeah, this is what usually you go for, to have the pouch be next to the bridge, but not inside of it at all. But it can be a bit inside of it and still work. And then you can also be this far out with the furthest left angle that I showed. And this still works. I mean, being too far left here isn't bad for the backflips or the clip after the backflips. It's just being afraid of popping back in bounds. So obviously the safest is to go like this, but if you get an angle like this, alright, I mean position, like, yeah, around like here, after the backflip, and while you're holding the charge spin attack like this, then you don't need to adjust anything, this works. But you can also go really far left, like, let's see, it's kind of hard to see. You can go further than this, around here. A bit further through too, I would say, but yeah, it's very lenient. We can look at Link's position now. So now it's the one below -200 where it says 229. So I think this is about, yeah, 229 is about the limit to the right. And then if you go left, then it's 225, yeah. So it's pretty lenient. So anywhere here in between will work. So we'll release B. Now we do 3 backflips, and then after you've done 3 backflips, you release all inputs, and then you hold control stick completely right. So I release all the inputs during the 3rd backflip, but you can do 3 backflips, stand there, just do nothing for 5 minutes, and then hold control stick right. You don't have to do it instantly. It's recommended, of course, but if you're scared, you can do this, release, and then hold right. But during the 3rd backflip, I just release everything, and then hold right. So yeah, this pot has a fairy and this has 3 hearts. Make sure to have iron boots on while you're falling down here, like this. Otherwise it can mess up this part right here. But I'm not going to talk about that in this video. So yeah, I hope this was helpful, and good luck with Morpheo.